Hey, 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 beautiful people. We are live. So let me go ahead and get my guest in. She should be joining here shortly. But in the meantime, y'all, come on in, come on in. I am so excited today. This is the first episode of Intentional Impact. So let me just give y'all a second to roll in and give my guest a second to roll in. Okay, there she goes. Now I got to figure this out. I think she has to request me. Hey, 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 come on in. If you're new here, just drop where you are from. There we go. Hey, 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 Soy. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you're turned this way for some reason. Okay, there you go.
How are you? I'm so
I'm good.
excited.
I am too. How are you today?
I am, my hair is done. I have lip gloss on. It's a whole
Okay,
day.
it is. Yes, curls popping. Okay. I am so excited about this. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of tell everybody what this is. They're like, what? Intentional impact. And I'll get you introduced and everything. Hey, 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 Ashley. So if you're joining, go ahead and drop where you're from. Where are you joining in from? I have so many people that I connect with all the time on IG, and I have no idea where you're at. So just drop where you're at, and you can even drop what you do. So I'm so excited about the Intentional Impact series that I'm starting. This is a new series that I was literally just inspired to start up. A few weeks ago, I just, had this moment of like where everything kind of hit me of where I'm at in business, in life, the connections I've been able to make, the rooms of women I've been able to be in virtually and in person. And I was kind of like, when did this moment happen? And, as I've been talking to all of these different women and making these connections, I've realized that they all have some deep purpose and intention that they are putting out and that they're trying to accomplish. And so, as I've been, hearing from these women and speaking with them, I realized that I'm not the only one that deserves the pleasure of hearing about these experiences and, learning how I can make an impact based on their experience. So, I met Katrina a couple of weeks ago, and I was on a call with her, and she kind of gave me a background of what she's doing and what her story is. And I was like, wow, I was like, that's mind blowing. It's amazing. And I was actually able to relate to what she's going to talk about because of my experience in corporate America. So I was like, you know what? That was like my second confirmation that I needed to create this space for other women to just, have a space to share what inspired them to start up their brands, how are they using their platforms to make intentional impact, and where they're going, in the future with their vision. So that's what this is today. I haven't decided yet how many episodes I'm going to do of this. But for now, you can expect to see me every single Thursday right here on Instagram Live at 11 a.m. CST. So if you just joined, go ahead and drop where you're from. I'm so excited to connect with you. And if you're watching the replay, just hashtag replay. I want to connect with you as well. So yeah, if you don't know who I am, let me tell y'all who I am. My name is Sherwanna Livingston of SherwannaLivingston.com. I am a personal brand strategist and business coach. I pretty much started up my business in 2018 after I was laid off from my job when I was 5 months pregnant. And when I started up my business, it was literally just a YouTube channel, a blog called Live, Love Your Passion, where I wanted to inspire other people to follow their passion in life. I decided, you know what, it was time for me to take control of my life. My job didn't really care that I was 5 months pregnant and that I had a 3-year-old daughter as well at the time. And so I was like, you know what? I've been giving all my energy to this job. It's about time that I do something for myself. So I started as a blog, really, like no intention at all to make any coin off of this, but just wanted to impact lives. And I had so many people reaching out to me like, hey, how can I work with you? How can you mentor me? Oh, I love your brand. Do you do branding services? And, actually I was doing branding on the side. I just wasn't, telling people. So eventually I launched a branding agency. Now I offer graphic design services, web design services. I've been able to do that now on a corporate level. I have some corporate contracts under my belt. And after that, I decided, what, let me go into business coaching and teach other women how I was able to create a successful business, go full time into entrepreneurship, secure corporate deals. So now I am doing business coaching, y'all, doing that. And I'm so excited with the clients I've been able to work with and the people I've been able to help and impact. So if you are someone watching this and you are an expert, a service provider, a coach, and you're like, man, Sherwanna, like, I really want to level up in my business and in my life, then you can join my email list. I have an email list. It's called the Visionary Community. I send out a newsletter once every month, and I just kind of, share some insight on how you can level up your personal brand, personal development, and things like that. So click the link in my bio. Not right now, y'all, but you can click the link in my bio after this is over, okay? And you can sign up for my email list, okay? And there's some great freebies and stuff there where you can sign up. So yeah, that's enough about me. I want to go ahead and get my guests introduced. So Katrina, if you could just tell everybody who you are, what you're doing, and what's up with you.
So, hi, I'm Katrina Strohl. Like Sherwanna said, we met a few weeks ago, and I'm the host of a podcast called Absolutely Not. It is about setting personal boundaries at work, and it's dedicated to anyone belonging to groups that I belong to. I'm a Black woman who also has mental health conditions, and I'm also a veteran. And in those spaces and groups, we have difficulty setting boundaries at work, and I just want people to be empowered to know that they have the time and space to say absolutely not.
Oh my God. Yes, I love that. I literally just learned how to say no last year. No lie. Like I was in therapy and I shared this story some time ago on Instagram, but I was in therapy and that therapy was not for, some people are going for like relationship counseling and people are going for all different type of things, but I was going to learn how to say no because I was a people pleaser and I didn't know how to, just, own up and just say, I'm putting myself first. So I love that. Now, if you want, I would love to know the personal story behind that. You said you have mental conditions and you've been, I think you said military
Mm-hmm.
background. So, can you share with us a little bit if there's a story behind that, what brought you into this?
Mm-hmm. So I had so many difficulties setting boundaries before, like many of us do. So much so that in 2018, I decided to take my own life after internalizing the toxic behavior of the organization I was a part of. And I just want no one to be able to get to that point, which is why personal boundaries at work are so important.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm so glad that you're sharing that because a lot of people need to hear that. This is not something I share very often, but I also went through that exact same experience in 2016. So when I lost my job, and I was out there on my own, and this was also an experience where I didn't know how to speak up for myself, but I got to that point where I was like pushed, against the wall and decided I wanted to take my life at that time. And so the suicide line helped me. While we're on the subject, I just want to put it out there because there may be somebody watching this, and I just never want to pass up that opportunity. But the suicide hotline did help me to get me out of that situation. And it wasn't about until 2 years later that I got up out of my depression and started Live Love Your Passion. So I'm glad that you were able to take that pain and turn that around into something that can really help others with Absolutely Not. So is there anything else that you're working on right now with Absolutely Not? Any upcoming things that you're working on?
Absolutely. So next week, sometime, I will be releasing merchandise with my
Mm-hmm.
amazing logo on it. Absolutely not.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm hoping to release it next week, but I won't share the date. You'll have to go on my website and kind of RSVP for the discounts, and the date will be shared with you then.
Awesome. So yeah, if y'all are not following Katrina, go ahead and follow her. She is going to have this amazing launch. She's not sharing details. I know what it is, and that's why I was so intrigued to have her here, because I was like, that is such a great idea, especially for people like us who have experienced things where we didn't know how to say no, we didn't know how to set boundaries, and we let it, get to our mental health. So this is going to be something very amazing for y'all. So Ashley, I mean, not Ashley, I'm sorry. I'm looking at Ashley right here. Hey, Ashley, Katrina, Katrina, I know that you are now having people to come to you for assistance on things, specifically, I think in the career coaching field. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about that space? Because I think that's an emerging space, right? Is that different from the podcast?
So I actually started my coaching and consulting services before I started the podcast. The podcast gave birth afterwards just because the
Okay.
clients that I came in contact with were not familiar with the vocabulary I was using in sessions or in consultations. I would constantly say, okay, well, that relationship doesn't seem healthy. Have you set a boundary or had a conversation with that person? And they would just look at me in bewilderment and kind of, what are you talking about? So I decided to create a separate resource, if you will, where they could learn about it without having to spend their money with me.
Gotcha. That I love that. That's really important. I didn't realize that people didn't understand that vocabulary, but having a
Mm-hmm.
space where they can get educated on what does it mean to
Mm-hmm.
actually set a boundary, and what is a healthy boundary, and am I telling people no in a way where I'm being mean? You know how some people can feel that
Mm-hmm.
way. So I love that you have that space for that. With your coaching clients, what is it specifically that they struggle with, or that you're helping them to overcome?
It would definitely be the confidence boost to make a transition. Once we kind of get past the, oh, wow, I am definitely in an unhealthy relationship with my manager or the
Mm-hmm.
organization I'm a part of, and we realize that, then we have to take that leap of faith and kind of, okay, let me stand up on my own and either move into entrepreneurship or move into an organization that's going to appreciate me as the whole person I am.
Yes, that is beautiful, beautiful. Ashley says she loves your heart, Katrina. Me too. I'm an energy person, and so that's why I did this. Normally, I like go look people up first. Like, let me look them up first. But when I met Katrina, I could feel like this energy, this authenticity, that I was like, I gotta have her on the first episode of Intentional Impact. So if you just joined, thank you for joining. Hey, Chappelle. I don't know if you're still here, but I see you. Just drop where you're from, and what you can drop what you do as well. So I want to talk about any recent breakthroughs or successes that you've had personally, not just in business, but in life, anything, because I know that we kind of just came out of COVID. So for some people, they're coming out of this, and they're experiencing life in a different way. But some people are having, really some breakthroughs right now. So
Mm.
me, for example, I'm having a breakthrough right now. But do you have any breakthroughs that you're experiencing right now?
Absolutely. That my transparency and the intentions that I'm bringing to the table, intentional impact, is so very important to the success in my business. When I'm transparent with people I'm consulting with, when I'm transparent with my coaching clients, when I'm transparent with potential sponsors, it comes back tenfold. They're transparent with me. We move forward in a healthy and honest relationship, and I continue to flourish in what I actually want to do.
Yes, that is so true. And that's also a revelation I had just a couple of weeks ago, honestly, that, as a coach, I think sometimes you may feel like, I don't know how transparent I want to be. I'm not sure if people are going to think that I'm not qualified based on
Mm-hmm.
what I'm sharing, as far as my story. But there's some things that I've been feeling called to just share. And when I get in that moment, it's like I can't go against that. It's one thing when people in the industry say you don't do something, but then when you have that calling and that conviction, then I can't go against that. And so
Mm-hmm.
recently, just like you, I've had that epiphany that I need to share my journey. And that's something I even tell my clients, when you share where you've been, where you're at, and where you're going, people are more apt to connect with you on a deeper level and want to
Mm-hmm.
stay connected with you. And I think that is what most people are striving for anyway. So if you're striving for that, you might as well start being transparent with your audience and being who you really are. So love that. Ashley said transparency is key. There's power in transparency. Absolutely. I've been real transparent with y'all lately. um, all right. So do you have any big goals that you feel is going to have a positive impact on your audience that you're working towards right now?
Um, Absolutely. So I just partnership with two other Black-owned businesses who are led by Black females to create a line, you kind of touched on this, Sherwanna, of resources and materials that people can use on their boundary journey. Setting personal boundaries at work or in any relationship you're in is super difficult, but it's even more so difficult when you don't have the things or tools you need to do it. So the
Right.
line that I'm coming up with, I have partnered with, I'll say one partner on here,
Okay.
Liberated Love Notes by Brittany
Oh,
Janae,
uh-huh.
and they are critical self-reflections and affirmations for the culture.
Love it.
That's
That
all I will
is
say about what's coming out, but
okay.
it is
That's
going to be
okay. Thank you for
amazing.
dropping a little bit. Thank you. I love that. And that's something that I'm interested. I just bought some cards recently. Well, mine were more like on a relationship thing, but I've been getting into let me pull a card and just kind of see. And I love that. That's self-care. Yeah. Hey, Principal Patterson. I know you hate when I call you that, but I always forget your first name. Hey, family. Thank you for joining. But yes, I am so excited about that. And when you launch that, so I want to learn more about you and what you're doing to continue learning as far as becoming a thought leader in this industry. I think as coaches and as experts and just people who have platforms, it's important that we're always learning so that we can, give more out to our audience. So is there anything that you're doing right now for continued education or any people that you're connected with that inspire you, anything that you're doing for that?
So Absolutely Not is recorded live every Thursday at 5 p.m. CT time. And all of my special guests are passionate about setting personal boundaries at work and their ability to name harm in the systems that are causing us harm every single day as Black Americans. So through those experiences and those interviews, I am continuously learning and
Mm.
networking with people who want to grow in that space. But also, as I continue to speak about this topic, more
Mm-hmm.
people are reaching out to speak or for me to speak about mental health in the workplace. So I'm learning more about mental health, psychological safety, and the wellness of employees in their organizations.
Oh, I love that. Yes. That makes me really want to start a podcast. I'm gonna be honest. Like if it's that easy to continue learning and I can impact people at the same time while I'm learning, then yes. I used to be a corporate trainer. And so I remember when I would train the information, it's like I would learn more of the information
Mm-hmm.
because I was training the information. So it's kind of the same thing. Never thought about it that way. For anybody who just joined, thank you so much for joining. I'm not going to prolong this. These are the main questions I wanted to ask Katrina today. Ashley, you supported me, girl, because I keep saying your name. But these are the main questions I wanted to ask. But the last question I think is really important because it doesn't just have to do with you. It doesn't just have to do with me. But it has to do with everybody else, everybody that's watching this live right now, everybody who's going to watch the replay, everybody who's going to, be in contact with you at some point or your message. And it's about your impact. So, Katrina, what is the impact that you want to have on the world?
I want to change the culture around workplace boundaries and what they see it as. A lot of people, especially if it's coming from people that look like you or myself, they immediately see it as defiant and radical and just disrespectful. And I want people to have the information in hand to realize, oh no, this person is just setting a boundary. This is a normal conversation and we can move forward collaboratively and have a healthy relationship.
Yes, that is so needed. I wish when I was in corporate America I had that. Now, but I still have to set these same boundaries when it comes to dealing with corporate clients, and stating my retainer and what I'm worth. with that type of scenario, a lot of times women, minority women, Black women, they go in and they don't know how to stand up for what they want because it is a boundary issue as far as what they feel they're valued at. So yes, changing the culture of that is so needed, not just in the corporate space, but in the entrepreneurial space. But I am so thankful for you for joining me for this today. And for everyone who joined on the live, thank you. Thank you so much. You can catch me every single Thursday. I will be with another amazing thought leader, and she or he will be sharing their information on how they're using their platform to make an impact every Thursday at 11 a.m. CST. So you can catch me here on Instagram Live. Thank you all for joining, and much love.